Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and very good afternoon to everyone. First of all, welcome to the last session of UTM Lead Forum on Empowerment through Mentoring. Okay. To begin our session, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sarajo Fikri Muhammad from Faculty of Built Environment and Surveying. And then we have four panelists here. I start with Dr. Rohaya. Dr. Rohaya representing UTM ICC, Innovation Commercialization Center, a Deputy Director at ICC. And then we have Professor Engineer Dr. Sharifah Rafida binti Wan Alwi from School of Chemical Engineering and Energy, and also Managing Director of Optimal System Engineering Sdn Bhd, one of the UTM spin-off company. Okay, and then next to Professor Sharifah is Dr. Mariani Abdul Hamid, also from School of Chemical Engineering and Energy, and she is currently also the Managing Director for BioPro Resources Sdn Bhd. And then last one, our expert in geotechnics, Associate Professor, Surveyor TS, Technologies. Dr. Azman Kasim. Technologies is a new professional registration in Malaysia. They have their own board now, Technologies Board, Board of Technologies. And Dr. Azman will talk about professional consultancy works, especially in civil engineering and also geotechnic works. Okay, to start our session, I would like to introduce to you that in UTM we are very lucky because the ecosystem of innovation already in place in UTM. We need to thank to our predecessor, especially the previous ICC director, the previous Senate member, which is they already set up the ecosystem. Okay, for example, in built environment, we don't have any problem to do the consultancy works because we have UTSB, and then we also have ISI in each quite little bit different compared to UTSB, and then for professional training development. In UTM, we have a UTN space. We can use UTN space as a platform for us to do our professional development training. Okay, and then in UTM, we need to understand that research is one of the core components because we are what we call research university. Okay, and then the next step of the research is innovations. Okay, innovations, and then commercialization and entrepreneurship. This is the last step from your research idea, and then we upgrade into the innovation, commercialization, and entrepreneurship. Okay, we are lucky now. We have two, what we call energetic entrepreneur here. Okay, Dr. Mariani and also Professor Dr. Sharifah. They will share with us what their experience in conducting research idea and then turn to the innovation, turn into commercialization, and now they have their own company. Okay, and from MOSTE data in 2017, this is quite reluctant to us, but I already mentioned to you they are very passionate entrepreneur because in Malaysia, for example, MOSTE in 2017 revealed that Malaysia government spent only 1.07% of our GDP on research, development, and commercialization. Okay, in 2011, 1.07% also from our GDP, also to the R&D and commercialization and innovation. In 2012, increased to 1.13%. To R&D and commercialization, and finally in 2014 just 1.26%, although increased but less than 1.5% of our GDP, compared to developed countries which spend between 4 to 6% on R&D and innovation. Okay, we need to admit that we are developing countries, and then our expenses on or spending on the R&D little bit lower compared to developed country. Okay. First of all, I would like to ask question more to the general question to the, Dr. Rahaya on the current status of UTM policies and strategy in R&D commercialization. This is in line because we need to make sure that we are in line with Malaysian Education Blueprint, which is a shift to talent excellence. And then shift number 5, we need to also to look into financial sustainability. And shift number 7, innovation ecosystem. And please tell us how much UTM researcher generate income in 2018. Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to apologize here because my voice is like this. I'm very sorry. But I try my very best to deliver. Okay, before I were to start with answering Dr. Sarajul's question, I would like to just give a little bit brief on what is actually innovations. Innovation that in our context is actually our IP. You know, so what ICC doing is ICC actually managing the IP and we commercialize the IP. So up to now, in 2016, we receive about 374,000 income from the commercialization of the spin-off and the IP from the IP sale outright to the outsider. So this is the income that we derive from our innovation. But still, it's far from our targets. That is, our targets actually we would like to achieve 1 million. You know,
1 million.
1 million.
Okay.
Because from this income is actually we plan to generate as much as income as possible through commercialization of the IP, because we want to use that resources, these financial resources, to finance back the IP cost that we're going to after 2000. From what I heard, that RU research grant budget will be stopped until 2021. 2021. So after that, we won't have any grant for RU. And we won't have grant to pay for our IP, because IP expenditure is very high, especially for patent, utility, innovation. Certain of this IP will cost us one IP of 15,000, 11,000, 12,000, like that. If a copyright is very cheap, it's just like 200 per copyright. So we need, this university need to think of what is the financial sustainability of our innovation. So through the commercialization of the existing innovation that we have, it will help us to make sure that we can manage and still pay the cost of the future IP that we want to register or patent. Okay? So, but before I were to start much further, I would like to draw some attention this evening. So, when I would like to read a few law over here. So perhaps all of you can jot down the section that I want to read. Okay. Section 168, Kanon Keseksaan, Akta 574. Seorang pejabat awam tidak boleh mengambil bahagian dalam perniagaan yang menyalahi undang-undang. Barang siapa yang menjadi penjawat awam dan terpaksa di sisi undang-undang sebagai penjawat awam itu, supaya jangan mengambil bahagian dalam perniagaan. Mengambil bahagian dalam perniagaan adalah boleh disiksa dengan penjara selama tempoh yang boleh sampai setahun atau dengan denda atau kedua-duanya. Balik semula, Section 168, Kanon Keseksaan, Akta 574. So this is very clear to state that as a penjawat awam, we are actually cannot do business But this university, we encourage business. We love our entrepreneur over here. We encourage business, but the business that they want to do is actually to commercialize the IP, in which the university need to know what is your business that you want to do, and the university will get the kind of royalty and technology licensing from that commercialization business. Okay, satu lagi itu satu kanun keselesaan. Satu lagi, I read another one. Very tension tak ketawa ke tension Okay. Peraturan 4, Peraturan Tata Tertib Badan Berkanun, Akta Badan Berkanun, Tata Tertib dan Secharge 2000, Akta 605. 4 pekerjaan luar. Melainkan jika seseorang pegawai tidak boleh mengambil bahagian sama ada secara langsung atau tidak langsung dalam pengurusan atau urusan atau perusahaan komersial, pertanian dan perindustrian. Mengusahakan mendapat upah apa-apa kerja dengan mana-mana institusi, syarikat, firma, individu persendirian. 3. Sebagai pakar memberi apa-apa keterangan secara percuma atau dibayar upah. Melainkan seorang pegawai itu boleh dengan terlebih dahulu mendapat kebenaran bertulis daripada ketua jabatan menjalankan aktiviti atau menjalankan mana-mana perkhidmatan yang dinyatakan dalam sub peraturan tersebut. So ini sekali lagi ada 2 peraturan di sini, iaitu Akta 605 dan Akta 574, jelas menunjukkan sebagai seorang penjawat awam, kita memang tidak bolehlah buat commercialization secara suka-sukaria. I mean we cannot, we are not allowed. But this university, because we don't want the innovation to be kept as innovation in a kind of IP, just like IP. We want that the exploration, exploring of the research can be exploited into something that can be benefit to the public, to the community, to the society and the industry, and most of all, the important part is for the financial sustainability of this university. So,
what you are going to tell us? Is it university allow us to do business or?
University allow us to do business, but we need, as a lecturer, they need to do business with a proper way.
Okay.
If, let's say, you want to do commercialization of your IP, your research, your IP, you need to form up a business in a Sendirian Berhad formation. Or if you want to do consultancy for engineering, for instance, so you can go to UTSB or ISI, because this is an authorized channel of this university.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Rahya. Okay, I think next panel is Associate Professor IR Dr. Azman Kasim, one of our experts in geotechnique and also active consultant for UTM. We would like to listen from you, Dr. Azman, on your experience. How do you get your professional membership? And second, how did you start your consultation works after you get the professional membership, and in geotechnics and civil engineering works? Okay, for your information, in Malaysia, to undertaking the professional consultation works, you need to have chalk bulat 4 segi tak laku sini. Okay, chartered engineer tak laku You need to have the practicing with certificate. Yang senang kalau if you go to the bomba, you go to the majlis, they want engineer with the chalk bulat chalk bulat. Okay, this is based on my experience. They do not accept yang chalk 4 segi tu, chartered engineer. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tapi bila saya dengar 2 akta tu, saya terpaksa simpan sikit lah. Okay, that's the fact. That's the fact. The environment we have in the university, right? We are civil servant. We are not allowed to get engaged to businesses, even for consultancy. Okay, I've been affiliated to UTM for the past 30 years. This is my 30 years. Tak tahu lah Jubilee Intan ke Jubilee apa kan. But this is my 30 years in UTM. I've been working in industry for about less than 2 years before took up jobs in the university. And I can say it's a big culture shock. Okay? Because I've been working out with industry, the environment is different, right? And in terms of the way of thinking, the way of works, okay, the way they handle the jobs is really different. And see, you can just imagine, all of a sudden I'm in UTM, I'm confined within 4 walls in the office. I cannot do consultancy, I cannot go outside. It's really frustrated. And since I was in secondary school, my dream is to work without boundaries. And when I joined UTM, I was confined in my office. I almost quit. Okay, after a year, almost quit. In fact, I've been talking with my seniors. That was, last time that was Dato' Ismail Bakar, is the ex-VC for UTHM. And so happened when I confronted Dato' and asked and say, I'm going to quit. At that time, he was with Faisal, no, he's the professors in UPNM. And he said, why you want to quit? There's one word that really shocked me. He told me, who said we cannot do consultancy in UTM, in the university? Okay? So he showed me the path, how we can do our consultancy, we can practice as an engineer in the university. Tapi bila dengar Atta tu, takut sikit kan? Okay? Actually, it's not the first I heard that act. Okay? Okay. So, at that time, 30 years ago, the environment was not there. Okay? I mean, the system was not there. Right? Before, then after several years, they have this UPP, what we call Unit Perundingan dan Penyelidikan. That is the parents of what we have UTSB now.
It is.
Right? So, how I get my PE, my professional engineers. Okay? I lost contact with the industry for some time, for a year or two. Then I start working in the consultancy job, very small scale. And the good thing is, at that time, the university are opening to, it's more open in terms of research and consultancy, which they take as, the weightage is almost the same. In fact, when they consider for promotion, if UIIR is considered equal to PhD at that time. When I got promoted, I don't have my PhD. Only have my IR. Right? So, what I did was I accumulate all my projects that register with the university. You need to say I go to the proper channel, I register with the UPP and UTSP, and this all counted in during my filling the professional application. And it just took me about 4 months to get my PE. Okay, in terms of I get engaged with the consultancy job. Ini macam kita buat kedai nasi ayam. Right? At first, when we open the new restaurant, we find that we don't have any client, we don't have any customer. Right? But you got friends. Friends will come in, okay, to support. And then from friend, bawa mulut sana sini, then everything will come easy at the end. Right? So, to get a job is one difficult task. It's not like you just visit a company and tell them, is there any job for you? Okay? So there are 3 phases actually when you are doing this consultancy job. First is to make yourself acceptable by the company. You must make the company, the client, to convince that you can do the job. That's a small thing. Your presentation, your technical know-how, your knowledge, okay, is really transparent. You don't have to tell people you are the expert in the area. You don't have to, because the client has the way to know. Are you really in the business? Are you really in the discipline? Okay? So it's convincing. Okay? You must equip yourself with the knowledge and of course your human relationship. Okay, secondly, when you do the job, you have to really deliver accordingly to the specification of your client. Okay? And the third part, the hardest part is, of course, to get your professional fee. Okay? So you have to master on this. Okay? So my involvement in consulting job, I start from very small scale. We are talking about the contract of less than 5,000 ringgit. And I have to, at that time, I'm very, very young. So I have to go under my seniors. And these seniors show me the way. And I get my own contact. So I have my own circle. I have my own knowledge on that one. And it's need a point where you yourself could define it. When you are ready enough to do your own. And how brave are you to take up a big project? Okay? At that time, will tell whether you are ready to be your own. Okay, so I will, because we have a very short time, I just do it very simple way to explain what is really when you're working in consultancy job. Because your client is not only between the government agencies. Your client will be people from outside. You could be the local company. It could be the international company. There are different standards, different way of doing work. So all of this, you need to really fit with the system.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Azman. Okay, I think we can appoint Dr. Azman as our mentor because tremendous achievement, 4 months to get a professional engineer. Is it true? Yeah, 4 months only to get a professional engineer. And then I would like to share with you one joke from my friends. After get PE, okay, and then normally in the company, if you get PE, you will be promoted to become an associate or director of the company. But you need to have another title which is PB, okay, already mentioned by Dr. Azman, which is professional beggars, to collect your professional fees. Okay. You need to have this skill, how to collect our professional skill. You can learn from Dr. Azman, okay? He has a vast experience how to collect your professional fees, okay? Not an easy task. Architect Samsyah here. Okay? And we move to Professor IR Dr. Sharifah Rafida. As I mentioned earlier to you, we have 2 bionic or workaholic professor and doctor. First, Professor IR Dr. Sharifah Rafida, founder for the Optimal System Engineering Center Berhad. And I would like to ask you, how did you turn your research idea into successful business in difficult economic situations now? Not easy to run a company which is the economy is not good now. Okay, could you please share with us?
Okay, thank you very much to the chairman. All right, okay. I think it's really not easy because in the university, most of us are trained to do research. Yeah, so I think most of you are more familiar in publishing papers now, getting grants and so on. But the next thing that we have to do is commercialization, and that is normally the second hardest thing to do, because to commercialize a product is very different than doing research. You need to change your hats. Yeah? Before this, your mind is about, okay, what is the research gap, what is the problem statement, and everything. But when you are doing commercialization, you have to think, what does the customer want? What does our competitor do? Someone wants our product, and then how do we market our product? How do we talk to other people? So we have to wear a different hat, and we have to wear an entrepreneur hat. And in my opinion, it's really, really not easy since, for example, I have not learned about business or marketing before this. I'm not from the background of marketing or business. Suddenly, we asked, because it's one of the P of the pensyarahan, kena buat commercialization. Dan kita ni background chemical engineering, contohnya tiba-tiba disuruh buat business. So it's really a challenge. So apa yang kita buat is, first thing we have to correct our mindset. Yeah? Macam what I did is, bila saya buat research dengan student saya always ask them, who is your end in mind? Who is the person yang akan guna you punya research output? So bukannya bila student buat research, kita just minta dia just buat research untuk publish paper, untuk dapat contohnya PhD ataupun thesis ataupun master. Bila dia buat tu, saya akan tanya dia, siapa yang user untuk method you ataupun untuk apa-apa output yang you dapat daripada produk, daripada research output you. So the first is to correct the mindset. When you are talking to your student, you have to ask them also, okay, not just only to come out with papers and so on, but who will be the final user of your output. Alright. So second is, bila contohnya student dia dah faham, yang contohnya research dia akan digunakan oleh pihak siapa, the second thing you have to do is you have to engage people. Contohnya lah, macam produk saya is about energy software, energy lah. Projek saya energy, sebenarnya saya buat modeling, saya buat optimization dan modeling. So saya kena fikir contohnya macam mana saya nak convert model ni kepada produk. So macam mana saya nak convert model pada produk, sebab saya punya research ni banyak calculation. Ya. Kalau saya present kat company memang semua apa benda lah, banyak sangat mathematical equation ni kan. So saya bila nak convert saya punya research kepada produk, saya convert kepada software. So apa yang saya buat, saya convert kepada software, dia jadi blind box. Saya cuma buat satu interface yang industri cuma perlu masuk data dan lepas tu keluar result. Dan of course the mechanism dalam software tu guna model yang kita buat lah, algorithm ke apa. So that's how I convert my research into product. I change it into a software, dan software ni adalah black box, dan user ataupun industry they like this software because it's easy to use. Kita kena fikirkan macam mana nak buat jadi user friendly produk kita ni. Okay, so second, bila kita nak produce a product, okay, macam saya convert kepada software, dan lepas tu kita apply IP. Dari segi IP, method saya ada apply patent. Selain tu, dari segi software kita apply copyright lah. That's how we protect kita punya product. So produk memang kena protect. Kalau tak, siapa-siapa boleh tiru dan lepas tu dia kata that is their product. Okay. Second, bila you develop produk ni kadang-kadang dia tak complete. Saya buat research contohnya, kalau saya nak commercialize satu produk kan, dia kadang-kadang tak lengkap. Research kita mungkin 1% je daripada keperluan that whole product. Bila kita benchmark dengan kompetitor, kita tengok, alamak, kompetitor ni dia ada banyak features. Kita pula satu je features. Kompetitor kita ada 10 features. Walaupun kita ada niche, tapi kompetitor ada 10 features. So benda kedua yang kita kena buat is kita kena polish up supaya produk kita ni is competitive bila kita compare dengan kompetitor. So kita memang kena buat competitor analysis. Kita kena tengok produk apa yang hampir similar kepada kita dan apa niche kita compare dengan kompetitor kita. Dan kalau kita tak dapat kalahkan kompetitor kita, then kita find product differentiation. Macam mana kita nak differentiate produk kita compare dengan kompetitor, dan we don't fight them. Macam kita kata the red ocean. Kan kalau pernah belajar blue ocean dengan red ocean is we are competing dalam area yang sama, dan of course kita sebagai player baru memang tak boleh nak compete lah. So we always have to find product differentiation and blue ocean. What is the niche of our product? So understand our competitor, dan kalau produk kita ni tak cukup, okay, mungkin saya expert chemical engineering atau energy, tapi saya perlu backup daripada contohnya software engineer, sebab saya nak convert produk pada saya pada software, tapi saya tak ada background langsung programming software zero. So next thing is you have to find collaborator yang boleh sama-sama tolong you bangunkan produk. So macam saya kena cari seorang yang pandai programming. So I work with some programmers in order to further develop my product. Yeah. So collaborating is also very important when you are developing a product. Dan secondly is opportunity. Tadi Dr. Sarajul mention macam mana kita nak pastikan produk kita boleh commercialize dalam keadaan ekonomi sekarang yang begitu mencabarlah dengan company pun tak ada income. Tapi that is where you have to see where is the opportunity. Bila you nampak opportunity, you memang kena grab the opportunity dan you tak boleh lengah-lengah. Bila you lengah-lengah dalam grab opportunity, that is where you lose opportunity ataupun business opportunity lah. Sebagai contoh, walaupun dari segi ekonomi sekarang memang orang tak ada duit, tapi kalau kita tengok contohnya produk saya jenis energy, save energy. So saya gunakan contohnya, kalau you guna produk saya, you boleh reduce your operating cost. Dan saya terangkan dari segi economic advantage, dari pergi payback period, dia boleh dapat return on investment and so on. So it's the way we pitch and the way we market our product. Kalau ada ekonomi merosot pun, kadang-kadang ada the other way you can look at it. Contohnya dari segi saving, economic return and so on. And basically, that's what I want to share.
Okay, thank you. Professor Dr. Sharifah, more to technological based business or company. We would like to listen to our last panelist, Dr. Mariani Abdul Hamid, in a different business area, which is cosmetics. Okay, cosmetic entrepreneur. Dr. Mariani Abdul Hamid, I met her in Seoul, Korea, with her husband. Okay, but I still remember. Apa ni, saya tak ingat makanan Korea tu apa dia, tapi lagi sedap daripada mi Bandung Muar. Siapa pun namanya? You need to go to Korea and ask Dr. Mariani, okay? Okay, lagi sedap pada mi Bandung Muar. Saya dah makan, dia belanja saya makan, okay? And then I would like to ask Dr. Mariani, okay, because she graduated from Korean University, okay, one of the university in Korea. How did you turn your PhD research findings, PhD research result into a successful business, also in the different difficult economic conditions, and also the market for cosmetic is tepu now, a lot of competition and etc. Okay.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to everybody. Okay, first of all, thank you to Dr. Sarajul, Associate Professor Dr. Sarajul. I think I strongly agree with what already discussed, our opinion from Professor Sharifah. Okay, it's not very easy actually, because we are purely academician and researcher, so it's very difficult to be an entrepreneur. Okay, so Sifu saya pernah cakap, business is when you meet the right people in the right place at the right time. So I think that one is actually very, very suitable in my case. Sebab apa? Kalau kita tengok cosmetic industry, so crisis economy every 10 years, back to 2009 and then 2008, 1998, 2008 and 2018, okay? Yes. So memang cycle. Semua business merosot, merudum banyak sangat. Tapi when we look into cosmetic industry, something different. Sebab cosmetic industry ni dia tak menurun, okay? Either static ataupun dia makin increase. Because a lot of demand actually, especially from the women lah. Okay, so when we talk about cosmetic, women and beauty ni something yang tak boleh dipisahkan. So, tanyalah mana-mana perempuan sekalipun, they want to look beauty, healthy of course lah kan. And then at that time, back in 2012, waktu itu saya habis saya punya PhD in South Korea. So Korea, they market their K-pop, the movie and so on, drastically during that time. So everybody in Malaysia looking for Korean brand, Korean cosmetic. And during my PhD study, waktu tu saya dah start buat slowly because the living cost is South Korea is very very expensive, and then the scholarship is not enough to support my family lah, myself and my family. And then what I did during that time, I supply cosmetic from Korea, and I can gain about 20,000 per month. So that is the turning point actually. So back in my study, and it's synchronized actually because I'm doing the cosmetic in South Korea, specialized in vitro study, in vivo study, and then preclinical and clinical study for cosmetic. I bring about 15 extract from UTM, and I study, is there any efficacy of that active compound or ingredient to be used in cosmetic, such as for skin lightening, anti-aging, wound healing, skin repair, and so on. And we use cell culture, fibroblast, keratinocyte, as well as melanocyte cell. And we also use rabbit and human as a subject for the study. And then during that time, I bring about 15 biochemical compound, and one of that is alpha mangosteen. Is a mangosteen extract actually, and then I do the extraction, isolate the alpha mangosteen compound, and then we found that alpha mangosteen is very very potent and very good to inhibit melanin synthesis in skin, as well as boost the collagen synthesis in skin. And then my professor is actually the Korean International Director of Korean International Cosmetic Research Institute, which is a very prominent name in South Korea. And then I learned a lot from him actually. So waktu balik in 2012 tu, everybody looking for a cosmetic brand from Korea. And then waktu tu juga ada banyak sangat isu mengenai kosmetik di Malaysia. Some of them already recalled by KKM because they are putting some of the hazardous chemical like mercury, hydroquinone, and so on. So I took that opportunity during that time. And then with my director, Professor Ramlan Aziz, actually he is my mentor, and he encouraged me to go further, engage with ICC, and then I start receive a commercialization grant during that time from ICT, 20,000, and then we start develop the first prototype. Lepas tu kita dah start commercialize, and then I know my limitation. We cannot do because we are researchers, so I try to engage with distributor. So kita ada partner lah, which is they are focusing on marketing. So right now I have about 3 distributors, main distributor, and about 1,000 plus stockists in all over Malaysia. So untuk sustain is not very easy. So we start to planning what we need to do to make sure that we can sustain in this industry. So we start focusing on developing a few range of product during that time, and then revamp the packaging and so on. So that is how we can give and take, and then we can make sure that the Max brand ni will be terkenal as one of the Malaysian local branding in Malaysia. So that's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Dr. Marini. Okay, we move to the second round of the discussion of this forum. In the second round, we are going to listen from our panelists on who is mentoring them, who was mentoring them, and then how mentoring helped them a lot in success in their business. Okay, before we go further, let me discuss about in the current trend in business now. Mentoring is an important process to avoid valley of death. Okay, valley of death, especially for the startup business. If you notice or if you observe, few founder, for example, Cradle, Teraju, And then mostly now they start to practice, which is they appoint a consultant, which is will be a mentor to the receiver of the grant, okay, or any grant given by the government and stuff. Even KPT also they practice the same thing when they introduce CEO faculty, CEO faculty program. They appoint mentor to guide this CEO faculty program. Okay, Valley of Death is the duration of difficulty in recovering negative cash flow. Dr. Mariani tahulah macam mana negative cash flow, and then okay, negative cash flow in the early stages of startup. Okay, according to Forbes, this I refer to the Forbes in 2018. 90% of the business new ventures that don't attract investors failing within the first 3 years. This is the most dangerous period, okay? But my first question to ICC, which is the guardian of commercialization and innovation in UTM, okay? Which is the leadership style is the best to boost innovations, commercialization, and entrepreneurial activities in UTM? Whether you practice laissez-faire, democratic or autocratic, or you just read the clause, the section of the law.
Okay, this is Dr. Sarajul is asking about the leadership style.
Okay, how to attract?
I would say that the leadership style that we are practicing is now is actually democratic.
Democratic.
It's actually we encourage input and ideas from the grassroots, the grassroots, and then we digest the ideas and we come up with a solution for all. For instance, in ICC, we heard a lot of our researchers have a problem of developing their product prototype. So we give prototype development grant as much as 20K. 20K. So this year we're going to open it on April, and the other one is on November. So each cycle we give about 10. So about 400,000 a year we allocate budget for a prototype development grant. So it's open to all researchers who have the R&D, but they are now about at the stage of developing the prototype. So a lot of from the history, 59 product had been commercialized. 59 product had been commercialized, and it bring about from their business 1.8 million worth of sales revenue. So this is actually helping the university for E2 Myra marks. So actually we are giving this prototype development grant as a grant. Another thing is, if any one of you, especially you want to start a business, so if you want to have funding, ICC also give funding. We also some kind of ceti lah. Ceti tanpa interest. We only charge 2% management fees. For DS52 and above, we give 50K for a 3-year period. For 53 and above professors, all that, we can give you up to 100,000 for a 3 years contract. 3 years tenure period. So meaning to say, for the first year, you don't need to pay the installment. If you went to the bank, immediately when you sign up the loan agreement, you have to pay the next month. You have to pay the first installment next month. But ICC, we delay the first installment up to the 30th month, bulan ke-13. We only charge the first payment pada bulan ke-13 until bulan ke-36. So it's 24 months, the period of paybacks. So actually this is one of our initiative to help our researcher want to be entrepreneur. So after this, if you want to have funding for commercialization, for start up your business, you can apply for this loan. This is, we call it credit commercialization kredit komersialisasi. But in order for that loan, of course you have to come up with paperwork lah. Tak boleh lah loan kan beli kereta pula kan macam itu. That's the spirit lah.
Okay. A lot of funding from
that's a
ICC
funding
to boost innovation
yes.
and commercialization.
Other than that, we also give cuti keusahawanan. Cuti keusahawanan, when you want to start up your business, we give you cuti keusahawanan.
2 years.
Dah tanya dah berapa lama. So berapa lama is 1 to 2 years, but they have a KPI. They have a KPI in which the KPI is first royalty to the university, research grant to the university, and
technology licensing.
Technology licensing, endowment to the university. There's a lot of KPI. Our next candidate for cuti keusahawanan is Dr. Mariani. So he be going for cuti keusahawanan this coming March, right? March. She's already started. So of course in this day one also we have a few of our friends in cuti keusahawanan, Dr. Iskandar over there, and Dr. Iskandar. So a lot of them is experience this opportunity, and the resulted from this cuti keusahawanan, the lecturer are given a freedom to work out for their business, and that business also have to come up with the KPI lah, macam tu.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Raya. Then we move to Dr. Azman Kasim. Could you please share with us your experience in undertaking consultation works? Who is your mentor? And then why do we need to have a mentor in our consultancy jobs?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay, on the learning curve, I have so many mentors actually. I mean, there are so many tricks and traits I have to learn and experience, okay, before I'm brave enough, I have the courage to start my own, not having a company, okay, because we are not to have the company, right? So actually in consultancy work, like I'm speaking on my own. If you are doing in civil work, you don't really need a company, because you always can work from your office, and you have sacrificed your sleep at night, because you got to spend more time doing all the works, right? So, because I have friends who set up the company, and at the end of the day, they close shop. Okay, back to the mentor. If I have to name one, saya rasa yang my juniors yang ada kat sini tak kenal it is Dr. Fauzi Samad. Okay. Dr. Fauzi is quite a well-known hydrologist. Okay, he has a company, Benny and Partners, now already retired, and his now is something like dekan sekolah agama lah. Okay, he has his own sekolah Tafiz. Okay, it's in contrary, I never worked with him. Okay, even though I took him as my mentor, I never really worked with him. I mean, under him, because one, he was not in the same department with me. I'm under Department of Geotechnical and Transportation. He was with Department of Hydraulic and Hydrology in Faculty of Civil at that time. And actually, he was the very first person I met when I registered as, I registered as a PPA at that time. There's a Polong Pesyarat A. And he was the one who took me around the office, and he knocked a door at my floor one by one, introduced me to the person in the room. So it's not one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons But there's other reason why I took him as a mentor. Is at that time to find a academician with the professional we have the professional like IR professional engineer is quite difficult to find one. Okay. And he was the one. Okay, one of them. I think at that time he was the only one. Okay, carry out the title IR, Dr. Fauzi. It looks like Mat Saleh. He married an Australian. Okay, he speak English very eloquent, very good English. Okay, so what made I came to him? But bear in mind, I don't think he knows that I ever took him as a mentor. He never knew that I took him as a mentor. But what I see from him, I see the personality. Okay? I see what I saw that time is how he carry himself among us. He speak English very fluently. He work diligently. When he speak, when he argue things, very professional and straight to the point with the facts really on the spot. So that's the quality I'm looking at. And he worked on some projects, but mostly on hydro and hydrology jobs. I mean the geotechnical work. So the way when he handled the project, okay, he is capable to manage the project. That's the good thing. He has the knowledge. He has all the theoretical background, and he has all the practical knowledge, the technical know-how to do it. So I saw like kagum dengan dia, right? So I tell myself, one day I want to be like him. So I try to emulate him. So that's what is mentor all about. Okay? You need a mentor. You must have a mentor where you can look up at him. Okay? Where you're going to listen to him. Okay? At one time you will, at point you get frustrated because of you're being ignored by your mentor. But that is where your learning curve. Your learning curve could be elastic, could be a straight up. Okay, you'll be a bend or during the journey. But the mentor has the vision that you don't know. Okay, some mentor would not really spell it out what to do, right? Because you need a mentor. You need a mentor so that you can emulate his work. At one time, you are copying his personality, right? So, I like to say very good word on Dr. Fauzi, even though he never know I took him as a mentor. But on my learning curve, I have other mentors like I work a lot with Prof. Dr. Amir Hashim. Okay, in fact, we set up a company at that time. Okay, but legally. Legally. Then, okay, I think you heard about one of the company we set up last time. And in terms of managing, I think Prof. Dr. Azraini is one. Okay, I work with him with several projects. Right, so you need a mentor, and actually you need so many mentors because you are learning a lot of tricks and trades. You're not talking about the business. I'm not talking about business, but that is how you're going to face the client, how you're going to do the job, and a lot of things you could learn from all these prominent mentors. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Azman. Okay. Next question to Professor Dr. Sharifah Rafida. We know you are mother of two, you have a family and extra. How do you balance between business and family, and who is your mentor, and why we need to have mentor in business? Okay, please share with us how do you start, and then who advise you, and etc. Okay.
Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, I'm a mother of two. I have one 2 years old and 4 years old. And it's really not that easy. I understand that the KPI of a lecturer is very, very tough now. We have so many KPIs. Even last time it was, we have to do like almost everything. Now we have the 4 DCP track. Maybe we can brief a bit. But last time it's like they want a superwoman or superman from everyone. So the key is to balance between personal and work. Yeah? So even though I'm also performing in my work, but I try to focus on my job during the office hour. And normally after office hour, nowadays since I have kids, I don't really open my work after office hour. So sometimes if you contact me via WhatsApp, I reply quite late. And I normally do my work during the office hour and try to optimize. And another important thing is if you have kids especially, I think you need to have your husband, for example. He must be someone who is very understanding, who can give and take. Yeah, because you are also working and your husband is also maybe working. So if your husband is, they do not understand, maybe they ask you to do all the houseworks and so on, then it will be problematic. So in my opinion, a very understanding partner is also very important. Mm-hmm. And that can actually help you in your career and so on. Yeah, so there should be a give and take between those. All right, regarding mentor, I think Prof. Kasim has already, Azman Kasim has already mentioned quite a lot about mentor. Mentor is very, very important. I have mentor in research. I have mentor in teaching. I have mentor in company, business, and so on. We do need mentor in all parts of our life. So that I really, really agree. And in terms of mentor in setting up a business, my first experience is going through exhibitions like Inatex, MTE, and so on. So the first thing is, of course, you need to have a product. Yeah? But the second thing is to join competitions such as Inatex and so on, because it teaches you how to think about the NABC, what is your value, benefits, and so on of your product. So joining Inatex and so on is the first thing. So if you have never joined Inatex, I would really recommend you to join. And if you don't feel confident yet, I would encourage you to join under other people first. So maybe you don't become the head first. Maybe you join as a member for other people projects first. Maybe that person normally get gold or silver or bronze, it doesn't matter. Sometimes if you get bronze or silver, or even if you don't get a medal, it's not important, because the important thing is about learning. If you join Inatex, sometimes I join Inatex, I didn't get anything, or even I get bronze sometimes. But the reason we join is because we want to learn. The learning process is what is important. And aside from joining Inatex, last time, I also joined a business plan competition. And I think that is the one that helped a lot in my business development. So business plan, like I mentioned previously, I have never learned about marketing. So when I joined business plan competition, actually my supervisor forced me to join this business plan competition. So I have to open up all the books about business plan. I never learned business plan, so I open up the book, and then from there I start to think my product from all the business plan angle. So I tak pernah buka marketing book, waktu tu kena buka marketing book sebab kena masuk business plan competition. And Alhamdulillah, because we really, really try hard, we won the national medal for that one. The business plan, that one was lama dah lah, 2000 berapa waktu tu, 2004. Tak ingat tahun bila, 2010 dah lama. So actually business plan pun very good. Kalau you dapat join selain Inatex ke apa, saya encourage you join business plan competition. Even saya join Superb Teraju, hari tu pun saya main redah je. Superb Teraju yang 500,000 tu. So Superb Teraju is actually a grant by the government untuk Bumi Putra. So kalau you ada produk, you actually boleh join Superb Teraju. Dan Superb Teraju ni dia ada 5 hari coaching. So maksudnya bila kita join Superb Teraju ni, mungkin kita pergi kosong, tapi 5 hari tu ada coach yang ajar you macam mana nak buat. So dekat situlah yang you belajar. These coach are your mentors.
Mentor.
And bila kita pergi business plan competition, judge tu yang bang you waktu you tengah present about your pitching semua tu, that is also where you learn. So kebanyakan yang saya belajar is kadang-kadang main redah je macam apa Dr. Kasim kata tadi, it's about how brave you are to take big projects. So dalam commercialization dengan business pun sama juga, it's how brave you are untuk paksa diri you untuk join competition, untuk join Superb ke apa-apa. It's just about trying and then just do your best. You dapat ke tak, that is a secondary for me. Yang penting is you try. And then kalau dapat, Alhamdulillah. Kalau tak dapat, that kita learn daripada those experiences. So business is about learning from failure. Kalau you tengok orang yang banyak berjaya yang cerita business, sebenarnya dia orang banyak kali juga fail. So in my opinion, saya pun tak mengaku saya hebat. Maksudnya kita memang kena belajar. So one way is through failure. Failure is not losing actually. It's also about learning. So saya punya mentor kebanyakan adalah coaches daripada business plan competition, Superb Teraju, Inatex. Bila saya join tu, mula-mula saya join dengan my supervisor. Lepas tu then I try my own and so on. And then selain tu bila saya form a spin-off company, saya banyak belajar daripada spin-off company yang lain. Macam dulu Prof. Ramlan, I ask IBD how they form their spin-off company. Saya tanya Prof. Rubiah how Kairos form their spin-off company. So saya belajar banyak juga daripada talking to other people yang ada experience yang buat spin-off companies. Sebab nak buat spin-off company ni sebenarnya tak senang. Especially bila you buka sendirian berhad, you kena ada company secretary. And then bila you ada staff, you kena fikir pekeso, KWSP, cuti dia. And then bila you ada business sendirian berhad, you kena fikir finance, tax audit. Banyak benda yang sebelum ni tak pernah pun dalam radar kita. Sekarang ni you kena fikir pula dari segi financing, audit dan semua. And that is again something new yang kita kena belajar bila kita ada spin-off company lah, cabaran-cabaran. Dan sebenarnya ICC memang dia ada banyak bantu dari segi grants and so on. Tapi saya rasa antara benda yang mungkin kita boleh polish up lagi bila dah ada spin-off ni pula, macam mana nak bantu dari segi buat financing, accounts, semua tu. Sebab benda tu pun benda baru untuk kami yang bukan daripada accounting background. And so.
Good suggestion. I think it's a valid suggestion by Professor Sharifah. Okay. We move to Dr. Mariani Abdul Hamid. Could you please share with us who motivate you to start your business, and then who is your mentor, and why we need to have a mentor in this what we call not straightforward. Business is not straightforward process. A lot you read in the book, but in terms of implementation, little bit different. Okay.
Okay. Terima kasih, Saja. Okay. Everybody have a mentor, right? Okay. Sama juga saya. So we have a lot of mentor. So mentor saya yang pertama, saya rasa saya dah mention tadi, he is a Professor Ramlan Abdul Aziz lah. Sekarang ni dia tengah tak berapa sihat, so dia kena stroke for the past 2 years. So kalau dia ada hari ni, saya rasa kalau saya masih bersama-sama dengan dia, so always visited him quite frequent, and then he is very happy. Bila dia tahu kita dah, I'm not saying that I'm success actually, but yeah, we move forward a step. Okay, so jadi bila saya balik daripada further study last time in 2012, so dia orang yang sangat happy. Dia jemput saya dekat airport, and then dia start thinking about how to commercialize product. So during that time saya balik tu, so saya dah masuk a few competition, and then from that we started to think further lah. We start to develop first prototype during that time, and then Prof. Ramlan said, we need to set up a spin-off company. So he is one of the board of director in Biopro Resources Sdn Bhd. So banyak yang saya belajar daripada dia actually, sebab bagi saya, he is very humble, down to earth, and then easy going. So dia boleh daripada lapisan bawah, daripada makcik cleaner tu pun kawan dia, sampai ke top management atasan. So nak discuss apa-apa tak ada protokol. You can just knock the door and go straight away meeting him at any time. Sebab dia tidur dekat office. So rumah dia dekat KL, and then dia every week balik KL. So waktu lain dia memang tidur dekat office lah. So jadi memang kita kadang-kadang kita stay up sampai lewat malam pun, we still can have a good discussion with him. So he is the first mentor lah. And then after that, guru yang paling penting bagi saya adalah pengalaman lah. Pengalaman tu you cannot buy. It's very very expensive. Sebab jatuh bangun kita dalam kerjaya, dalam business ataupun teaching ke whatever field you engage. So still pengalaman tu yang paling penting. So normally kita tak ada background untuk buat business. So kita redah aja. Redah je, langgar je semua tembok semua kan, tak ada. Tapi bila kita jatuh, that is the turning point. You ada pengalaman. It's not a failure actually. You gain a lot sebenarnya. So you tak tahu. So currently I have about, so my overhead company 100K per month. And I have about 20 staff. Okay, dalam admin ada 6 orang. And yang lain tu production. So jadi I need to think every day how to get the money, how to find the money to pay them. So encourage me every day untuk saya boost saya punya sales, untuk saya boost saya punya team supaya lebih perform. Sebab nak tanggung, siapa nak bayar diorang kan. So every month I need to think that. And at the same time, Alhamdulillah sekarang ni saya dah start cuti keusahawanan. So I think this is the good time for me to give back to UTM lah. Sebab UTM dah allow saya punya cuti keusahawan, but it's not very easy actually because the KPI is very very high. So I need to pay back to UTM about 100K yearly, and 2 tahun 200,000 ringgit. And then also I need to think how to gain the money to pay back to UTM, okay? And then part of that, I'm a mother of 3, and then managing director at the same time, still teaching master class dekat UTM KL. So many things we need to consider. So the balance in life is very very important. Otherwise, business dah ke mana, you punya anak ke mana, you punya career as a researcher pun ke mana. So arrangement of the work tu is very important. So jadi back menjawab tak soalan? Saya pun risau juga.
Cuma satu je, I would like to ask additional questions, okay?
Okay.
100K operating cost per month, pernah tak dapat tidur malam tak?
Dapat tidur malam ke tak dapat tidur malam?
Tak dapat tidur malam.
Tak dapat tidur tu biasa. Tak dapat tidur malam tu biasa. Sebab I wish that I can pushing back the time like previous. Tapi bila once you enter, you tak boleh nak tarik handbrake balik. So kalau you tarik handbrake balik, memang susah lah. There's a lot of things you need to consider. So 100K overhead lah, gaji staff.
Operating cost, yes.
Operating cost. So jadi Alhamdulillah, I have a very very competent staff, and I have accountant, semua. Because I don't have any single ilmu pun on marketing ataupun business. Tapi Alhamdulillah Allah jodohkan saya dengan orang yang sangat-sangat helpful. So we share a lot of things, and then accountant saya yang terbaik saya rasa. We have our production manager, and then chemist, R&D, and then our sales executive are very very good, skillful, and then saya rasa we give and take. So I treat them as my family and my partner lah, not only staff. And then last year we went to have a family day in Sydney, Australia. And then this year, insyaAllah, then saya pun dah bagi bonus dekat dia orang as a reward for them. Sebab they work very hard for me, for my company actually. So I need to appreciate them. So itu je lah.
Thank you very much. Ada. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Mareni. Okay. Next, we move to the next round, which is we would like to ask all the panelists how to survive in your business, which is your plan for the next 5 years, and etc. We would like to listen to the panelists. Okay, but before that, in any business or professional practices or consultancy works, is daunting works. Okay, very hassle works. Okay, and then we already listened to the Professor Azman. Okay, but rewarding for both for academic staff and university. Okay, because we get the professional fees, get the profit, and etc. I would like to share with all the audience based on the UTSB data. This is from my faculty, okay, not the whole UTM. Consultancy works from Faculty of Built Environment and Surveying in 2007 is 4.2 million. Undertaking by okay, undertaking by FABU staff, and in 2018 is 2.4 million. With an easy calculation of 20% deduction to UTM by UTSB, normally 15 to 20%. FABU only contribute about 800,000 in 2017 and 400,000 in 2018 to UTM. But trust me, based on my experience, UTM governance system is still okay. Based on my experience, 20% or 15% collected by the UTM, 20%, for example, 20%, 10% go to faculty. And then from 10%, 5% go to the department, and then 5% go to the faculty. Our governance system still okay. Okay, I would like to share with you our experience in 2014 during flood dekat Kolekrai, in Kolekrai. From 5% in 2014, we sent 2 lorries of food and clothes with estimated cost of 20,000. Okay, from our contingency and professional development profit, what we call profit, 5% from UTSB to the victim of flood in Kolekrai, Kelantan. Okay. Some people say money is not everything, but with the current condition, everything we need money now. Okay. And last week, Datuk VC was in Faculty of Built Environment, and he announced that UTM still have 160 million of the tabung amanah. Okay, this is from our money, from tabung amanah, maybe from the profit from UTSB, from ICC, and etc. And then we have a lot of money in terms of tabung amanah. And this is, if you, I agree with Professor Dr. Azman, we contribute to UTM, we contribute more, and then we can get more project after that. Okay, jangan kedekut dengan UTM, nak bagi 5%, 10% to UTM, and then insyaAllah kita akan dapat more project from UTM, because we bring UTM value, we bring the UTM logo and etc. Okay, but I would like to ask again ICC, this is a more general question, what is the innovation model proposed by ICC to improve innovations and R&D commercialization ecosystem in the university to improve income generation to UTM? Any business model?
Actually, our business model for the university, actually we encourage the innovation, the commercialization of innovation is through spin-off. It's a direct strategy. I mean, we encourage the researcher to open up their own spin-off company, and this is a direct strategy. Second one is we technically licensing to the third party, the R&D, the IP, but it's through licensing. And the third one is actually we sell outright, but sale outright is very few because it's the value of the IP is very high, and so the numbers of sales outright, sales the IPs is very few, only 3. So talking about spin-off right now, just now both of these entrepreneurs talking about spin-off, I do admit that before ICC, when ICC encouraged our lecturer to do to establish spin-off, we didn't actually give training, proper training. We are among the daring university that we are just let our lecturer went to the pool of business and throw them to the pool like that. But I just want to announce this year with the UTM lead collaboration, we propose to UTM lead to make a pillar of academic entrepreneur pillar, as one of the pillar in UTM lead syllabus. So they're going to have a few courses on doing business, business canvas, pitching, marketing, market validation, and it's conducted by UTM lead. This is one of our initiative, and luckily UTM lead want to take up this responsibility after a few negotiations. Maybe Dr. Sharifah will elaborate further on this pillar. And the second thing is what ICC want to. I take it as a platform of marketing. ICC now we establish. We would like to organize a program that we call Scholar Go Business. Scholar Go Business is like among the spin-off, as a support group among the spin-off, and we conduct it. We want to conduct it the first Scholar Go Business program is on this coming 28th of February, facilitated by Dr. Iskandar over there. Yeah, Dr. Iskandar, yes. Dr. Iskandar, yes. Okay, Dr. Iskandar and Dr. Yong. So we're going to have a Scholar Go Business at during lunch hour. So anybody, if you think that you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to open up your company for your retirement, perhaps, because when you do spin-off, when you have a spin-off, it's actually for your retirement plan, you know. So do welcome to ICC this coming 28 during lunch hour. Dr. Iskandar will be facilitating the program with me and Dr. Yong, and we would like to invite any researcher who have problems in their product to just tell us and share with us what is your problem, and perhaps over there we have some solution for you. So this is one of the initiative that been done by ICC lah. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Rohaya. We would like to listen to Dr. Azman Kasim. Okay, as you mentioned in the previous round, professional consultation work is tedious work. Okay, due to the pressure from client, we have pressure in terms of time, cost cutting, and etc. on the completion time, and you need to find a balance between the academic works as academician and consultation services. Okay, how do you manage your time between professional consultation services and academic works?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, ni soalan ni susah sikit lah, pasal benda tu dirakam kan. Tu soalan ni susah sikit. Okay. Apa nama yang susahnya? Macam mana nak cakap Okay, yang susahnya. Okay, I put this way. We have ELPPT, okay, where we have 9P. Okay, so our major contribution should come from our teaching, research, right? Our services, right? And don't forget, one of them is consultancy. And one good thing in LPTT, I think started from last year, in 2017, not 18, from 2017. Consultancy is at par as research. Okay, we got point from research, as if you are doing research. Right? So, if you can allocate your time for teaching and research, okay, it's matter as how you plan your time, okay, to allocate for consultancy. Right? So, yes, you have to teach, you have to do the research, and do your consultancy. Okay, you have your client at the back of you, always chasing for you, right? You got this pressure, right? So, this need time. You need to experience this, okay, so that orang kata at the end you dah lali lah dengan benda ni. Okay? But like I always said to my juniors, when you are on the learning curve, you're always on the learning curve. Okay? You need to do a lot of sacrifice. Okay? Tidur bersama dengan keluarga, right? So a lot of things to do. But at the end of the day, when you turn back, this experience is so precious, it's very invaluable, that this what will make you now. You have the knowledge. Of course, you have the money. Money is our motivator. Okay? Yalah, saya pun tak kaya lah kan. But you have the money. Okay? So, that's the motivator. You are working, you have your basic pay, at the same time you have your extra. Okay? You can use this money for see your kids through the college. That's the motivation. Right? So, at the end of the day, you get used to this pressure. Right? So it's a matter of time. Okay. Satu soalan yang biasa, how you going to, orang kata pecah-pecahkan, how you divide masa. Teaching, then you do the research and do your consultancy, and you have another 6P. Right. So, it's not wise to have a balanced score, meaning to say you're going to allocate your time for teaching 20%, and the rest you're going to have the same percentage, 20%, 20%. It's not wise to do that. Okay? But what you could do is take the weightage. Say, if your teaching actually, okay, all of us have 24 hours in a day. Tak ada orang lebih 25, tak ada orang 26, tak ada orang kurang pada 23. Right? Everybody has the same hours in a day. So it's matter how you plan and how you allocate the times. Say, be honest. We have to be honest here. Teaching only takes you 1 hour, 2 hours within the 8 hours in your working days. Right? So 2 hours out of 8 is what? 1/4. Right, it's a quarter. Betul tak saya kira ni? 1, 2, 8, quarter 1/4. Okay, now, if you are doing your consultant work, you need to spend 3 hours. Don't feel guilty, because you have spent more time on consultancy instead of you're supposed to teach. And you allocate for your research only 0.5 hours for a day, within 8 hours. Don't feel guilty. Okay? The formula is that if you get your job done on this division, if you teach for 2 hours, you teach, you do what you're supposed to do as a teacher, okay? You do the grading, you do all the assignment, you do all the tests and everything. It's a complete cycle in 2 hours for that day. Okay? Why have you to spend 4 hours, but actually you're working for 2 hours? If do your research, 0.4, be honest, you are not the one who will be in the lab. Your student will be in the lab. Your student will do your work. And consultancy, we cannot work alone. Don't try to work alone. If you're working alone, everything will break apart. You have to work together with your colleague. Your colleague could be the person in your faculty. It could be the person within the entire faculty. It could be the person who are your friend in the company, in the company outside. Okay? You must learn to have this circle who can help you on doing things. So, instead of spending 3 hours, you can always, what the word delegate, this is the famous word, you can delegate this word to your team. Yes, at first you won't trust your team. Your team cannot do the work. But this is the process. You be the mentor, your friend will be a mentee, or your friend is a mentor, you're the mentee. So the process will keep going and going and going. So how manage the time? You have to plan properly. Be honest to yourself. Don't just sit in your office. You just finish the class, you give a lecture for 2 hours, you get back to your office, and that's it. Think of another 6 hours you're supposed to spend in the office. Right? So the pressure from the client, yes, you have all this pressure. But believe me, the circle within you, your team, which you can really rely on, will be very helpful in this. Right? So the key word is don't work alone.
Teamwork.
Okay? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, just to give example for consultancy is a tedious work. This morning I sit there to listen to Professor Haris, Dato Haris Haris Ahmad. Okay, to listen to the Professor Haris Ahmad. But I received an email from ISI. Need a document before 4 p.m. I need to chat from 2 to 4. I need to go back to my faculty, do the within 1 hour, and then send to them to send to our client. And hopefully we will success we bid one project. This is a very big project in Uganda. Jauh Uganda. Bukan dekat Uganda, under TNCP. Okay, 100 million campus development in Uganda. Okay, and then I would like to share with you UTN Space HQ, which is a new HQ in the T06. I'm one of the team, okay, as a project management team. We managed to save budget, UTN Space budget from 2.4 million. We cut until 1.6 million. Completed 1.6 million. A lot of issues, okay? A lot of issue, police report, SPRM report, etc. because of the business competition, okay? But saya tak takut lah sebabnya benda ni kita buat benda yang betul. We are professional consultant, we are professional and we have all the evidence, okay? Sampai legal office UTM call saya, duduk kat office. Cakap lembut je. Saya tak kenal siapa legal office. Cakap lembut, dia kata kita boleh rampas your computer. Saya kata rampas datang ambil. Okay? Saya tak kisah datang ambil komputer dan sebagainya. And then itu adalah sampai sebab ada report. Tapi UTM very smart Dia terima dulu report semua daripada SPRM dan sebagainya. And then dia buat counter police report. Dia nak tahu siapa yang dedah maklumat sulit. Okay? Akhirnya terbongkar lah siapa yang dedah maklumat sulit. Sebabnya tender, all the project information is confidential. Okay, confidential, we cannot expose ataupun saya inform my wife pun tak boleh inform the project, which contractor that you choose and etc. Okay, this is the challenge. If you become a consultant, very pressure works, but if you work as a professional, and then don't worry, okay, professional. And then I work with architect Samsia, Madam Architect Samsia, on 20 million of KPT, Ministry of Higher Education. We built a renovation for polytechnic and community colleges all around Malaysia. Okay, about 12 project in Malaysia. And then Alhamdulillah completed by this year. And then a lot of challenges, a lot of issue. You go to Cebu, you go to Sarawak, different regulation compared to a project in Terengganu. Even the same Malaysia, Jabatan Bomba Malaysia, different because Sarawak, they have a different regulation in Sarawak. Okay, we move to the Dr. Sharifah. A very quick question. Okay, on to sustain your business, how do you operate your business and how do you contribute to UTM income generation? And please share with us your roadmap for your company in the next 5 years. Okay, to sustain your business.
Okay, so how do you operate your business? So basically, our business model is to package our software with consultancy as well as we do a lot of training. So for example, the good thing about being a lecturer is you get access to the students. So one of our marketing strategy is, for example, when I'm teaching my students about energy integration, so I also promote about our software during teaching and learning. And aside from that, I'm also a trainer for energy manager for Malaysia. So among our strategies is also to promote our software during our training and workshops. And aside from that, we also collaborate with many bodies like Malaysia Green Tech Corporation and so on. So the business model that we use is mostly to engage universities, students, which ultimately will become the ambassador of our products, and to also utilize collaborators. Yeah? So if you have potential collaborators which you can work with, you should always work with them. How do we contribute towards UTM income generation? Is basically from our products, software sales. So basically when we package our software with our consultancy project, so the software have a software price inside the consultancy project. And the price of the software, we pay 10% of the royalty to UTM. So basically we contribute in terms of licensing as well as software royalty to UTM. And aside from that, we also contribute in other ways. So for example, let's say UTM, they need to send LI students. So we also take LI students to be attached to our company. And let's say, for example, we get the Superb Teraju. So we get some grants to develop some demo prototypes. So what we do is we also contribute back to UTM. Instead of installing the system at other locations, we install it inside UTM itself. So it's installed in several universities. We develop some e-smart meters and we install it in UTM. And other things that we did is, for example, because we are sharing the office, yeah, because we have our office in UTM. So instead of we have to rent our own office, so what we did is we helped UTM by polishing up the office. So before this, for example, we don't have a proper training room in our center, research center. So what we did as a company is we give as a gift. So what we did is we helped the research center to renovate the training center. So what happened is we donate, for example, the cost to renovate the whole training center, and now we have a proper training center. So there's a lot of way that we contribute to the university. Among it are through gifts, through LI students, LI staff, aside from giving research grants and other things. Yeah.
Thank you. Dr. Marani, how to sustain your business for the next 5 years? And then how do you operate now, and how do you contribute to UTM? Because one of the UTM spin-off company, we need to contribute to UTM. Okay? But if you contribute more, it's okay. Okay?
Less, tak okay. Okay. So we just a start-up company in 3 years operating. So currently we already have our own GMP factory, GMP facilities. Previously we engaged with another factory, OEM, for our cosmetic product. And we cannot maintain the standard and quality of the product. So the quality control is not very good. And then we receive some complaints from customer. And then we are not very satisfied with the quality. And we moved to, we developed our own GMP factory. Currently is already 1 year operation. We need to comply with the GMP standard requirement and so on. So Alhamdulillah, we successfully have our own facility. And then, so right now, we are doing business B2B and B2C, business to customer. So our own product, the Max Skin Solution. So we engage with direct customer and also other business partner like a spa, cosmetic, beauty center and so on. And direct to the customer, we currently have about 1,000 stockists. So the customer can buy directly from us and also can buy from the stockists. And then a part of that, we currently open for other company or other entrepreneur to do OEM for their own product. So we provide consultation in terms of the selection of material, active ingredient, and then compliance with the NOT registration with NPRA and so on. So if you are looking to produce your own product or under your own brand, so you can come to us. So we will provide full consultation from A to Z. So we can advise in terms of the quality of the product, selection of raw material, packaging, labeling, until registration of the product. And then how we contribute to UTM. Okay, currently in 2017, we already give a research contract to UTM about 60,000 ringgit Malaysia. And last year, 2018, about 150,000 ringgit Malaysia. And a part of that, we also give endowment to faculty, such as the alat tulis in classroom, and then the water filter endowment, about altogether about 15,000. And then we also encourage, as much as you want, the student, as many. So they can do attachment or latihan industry with us, and we pay them the allowance, about 500 ringgit Malaysia per month. And then other than that, we also develop a certain module for something like special cost on cosmetic product, and we work together with ICC in this case. So there's some of the contribution from our company to UTM, and we look forward to give more to UTM in the near future, inshallah.
All right, thank you, Dr. Mariani. Okay, we come to the end of the session, which is round 4, final words. Okay, I give you just 2 minutes, okay, to conclude everything. Okay, first from ICC, this is current trend now, what we call consumer driven innovations or social driven innovation. What is your strategies for UTM to encouraging social, grassroots, and consumer driven innovations? Which is we can help the poor people, we can help the petani dan etc. What is your strategy? This is the current trend of research now.
Thank you, Dr. Sirajul. Actually, this is what we want to do. It's not a strategy. We are doing it. Right now, I and ICA Pago under Dr. Roji and IBD, we come up with a proposal to Kementerian Luar Bandar, KPLB, for a 2 cluster product, iaitu pembangunan I dah lupa lah dia punya spesifik, tapi lebih kurang untuk pembangunan produk berasaskan kesihatan holistik. And another one is pembangunan bagi agrotechnopreneur, bagi memproses pertanian berasaskan teknologi termaju, something like that. So this proposal we propose to Kementerian Luar Bandar, and we are waiting for the call for presentation. And another one is we also aggressively in ICC aggressively approach the corporate, for instance Mascot Berhad Bawah Tan Sri Azman Hashim, and the Malaysian South Industry Berhad untuk mereka ambil IP kita, untuk ambil IP kita lah, to take our IP. And the third one, what we plan to do is, I already get a response from Dihub Terlajak Laris. So this company is willing to have a relationship with our anak syarikat, iaitu Paito, dalam kes ni Paito, for them to take our IP that is relevant to them. And perhaps through this kind of relationship and this kind of initiative, maybe we can help our spin-off, our researcher, and how our researcher can help back to the community. So program yang macam KPLB tu adalah program under ICE Pago, under IBD and system UTM.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that's mean you already have the strategies to help social and grassroots consumer.
I should say it's an initiative.
Initiative.
Kita buat inisiatif supaya kita boleh buat something lah untuk contribute to the university. Tapi kita galakkan jugalah macam participant daripada Dr. Mariani punya input dan kawan-kawan lain lah macam itu.
Okay, Dr. Azman, how about your advice to young academia to setting up a company, a team to run a consultation services? Any final words from you? Just 2 minutes, Dr. Azman.
Okay, is rather than advice, maybe a tips.
Tips.
So when you set up the team, right? So first of all, pada individu lah, we go to individu, right? Motivate yourself. Okay, you got to motivate yourself. Look up at your seniors, right? Learn the trick and traits of your discipline. If you are geotechnical engineer, learn from zero to something that, what is that advanced thing in the geotechnical, right? Trick and traits is really important sebab kerja-kerja macam ni banyak kita nak dapat kerja susah, kita nak buat kerja susah, kita nak claim susah, lepas tu tak dapat duit langsung, kena tipu, so a lot of things. So you need to really learn this trick and traits, and more so is you have to be honest to yourself. Jangan tipu diri sendiri. Okay? Orang kata if you do not know the things, you don't know the knowledge, just say so. Go and learn. Get somebody and learn from somebody. Learn from others. Right? Then orang kata jangan tunggu ada team yang boleh klik dengan you. No. Okay? Tak boleh. Kita kalau ada 10 orang, 10 kepala tak boleh sama. Okay? But we have a common objective. We have a common aims. That's most important. Ada orang kerja slow, ada orang kerja cepat, ada orang pandai, ada orang tak pandai, ada orang yang... So, orang kata appreciate each other. Compensate, compromise each other. So, we have to work that way. We must have that way of thinking. Okay? Then, we have the teams. Nak betul-betul dapat semua satu kepala, I think it's quite, what I can say is quite impossible. Right?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Azman. And Professor Sharifah, okay, your last word, your advice to young academia in setting up a technology-based company.
Okay. All right. My last words are, if you are very serious in setting up a spin-off company, actually, in my opinion, university is the best place for you to do this trial and error. Because, for example, satu, you ada gaji. Kalau orang lain yang buka bisnes kat luar sana, dia tak ada gaji. Business is dia punya sole income. So kalau bisnes dia tak berjaya, dia tak ada gaji and it's very hard for them. Tapi as for us, we are very lucky. Sebab kita ada gaji pensyarah. Gaji pensyarah still jalan. So kalau tiba-tiba bisnes kita tak berjaya, just kita je lah yang tak ada income extra. Tapi kita tak ada masalah lain dari segi nak sustain keluarga kita. So actually, there's nothing to lose. Kalau you betul rasa produk you ada potential, go for it. There is a lot of scaffolding bantuan dalam universiti yang tak ada untuk entrepreneur kat luar sana. Kat luar sana orang entrepreneur dia main redah je, dia tak ada ICC nak bantu, dia tak ada funding. Kat kita UTM ni kita ada banyak funding opportunity, ada CHIP, ada ICC punya grant, macam-macam. Lepas tu ICC banyak buat training programs nak bantu, ada banyak project program-program lah. And dekat sini pula, universiti pula allow kita, contohnya untuk buka office kat dalam kawasan UTM. Kalau you buka business kat luar sana, you kena sewa luar lagi, you kena cari tapak. So there are so many opportunities bila you nak set up spin. Banyak sangat perks, sebenarnya banyak scaffolding and banyak benda yang boleh membantu you sebagai, kalau you baru nak first time set up company. So saya rasa it's a good opportunity kalau you nak try to go into business, to set up the company within the university, because there are so many scaffolding and there are so many help that the university can provide to you. And even though kita slow sebab kita ada banyak kerja lain nak buat research, kena buat teaching semua tu, that's the reason kita mungkin tak se-fokus orang yang entrepreneur kat luar tu. But if you are really serious, then please go for it. And macam yang Prof Widat cakap tadi, saya setuju sangat. Ada mesti yang dia bagi tips tadi pagi, mentor. Get a good mentor. Cari macam-macam jenis mentor. Ilmu dia kata, make sure you adopt. And then dia kata you kena ada sistem dan strategi, marketing strategi, business plan. And then you kena ada tindakan. Cakap je, dengar je saya cakap ini, so tak ada tindakan, still tak jadi. Yeah, so you have to take action. And last kali, you have to have impian. Impian ni dream. Sebagai entrepreneur ni memang kena ada dream. Kalau tak, memang takkan berjaya. Right?
Okay. Our last speaker, our panelist, Dr. Mariani, your advice to the young academia to setting up nanotechnology based company and cosmetic company, which is promising industry. I think it is a promising industry, which the tagline is kecantikan hak milik setiap insan. Betul? Jadi kecantikan hak milik setiap insan. Jadi semua perempuan ni nak cantik. Itu yang masalahnya. Okay? Boleh bagi final. Okay.
Itu masalahnya kan. So jadi bagi saya, there's a lot of opportunity out there. So if you are very serious, you want to set up for a company, so first of all you need to develop spin-off company, because a lot of fund and grant out there are for the company, not for individual. So ada banyak kalau dekat luar grant untuk commercialization under MTDC, RDF 1, RDF 2 sampai 10 million and so on. And then ada daripada Cradle, and then saya baru receive grant daripada nanotechnology because we are doing something related to nano. We use the Nayosome as encapsulation to penetrate the active ingredient up to the target area. And then we work closely with Nano Malaysia. So kita kena comply, kita kena hantar untuk nano verification, so that our product will be the first R&D product yang ada nano verification lah soon, insyaAllah. And then tak ada tips yang sebab saya pun belum sukses lagi. Cuma itulah, kalau you ada angan-angan, you kena cepat bergerak. Ada impian, you kena terus, jangan biarkan impian tu hanya jadi angan-angan kosong. So everybody has dream. So jadi macam mana tindakan yang kita nak buat tu untuk achieve benda tu. So normally saya punya strategi, we ada plan A, B, C and D. So kalau we fail for plan A, we go for B. Fail plan B, go for C and seterusnya. So insyaAllah, all the best for all. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you again to all panelists for sharing your experience, tips and etc. To all the audience, and we would like to thank UTM Lead for conducting or organizing this forum. Hopefully this forum can give benefits to all of us. And again, I would like to nasihatlah pada kita. First we bring professional punya ni membership, what we call, ada IR, ada AR, ada SR. Kalau boleh kita jaga dari segi professionalism yang kita kena ada, our integrity and etc. And then in the business, again, in UTM, our business bukan semata-mata untuk get profit. Kita kena ingat our tagline of the UTM, for the ummah. Okay, we open for the question and answer. I think just we limit 1 or 2 questions because we are running out of time. Suppose 4:20, we need to stop this forum, but we give time 1 or 2 questions only. Okay, any questions from the audience? Ataupun dah nak balik? Okay, Dr. Sharifah.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Orang tak ada soalan, saya tanyalah. Alright, my question would be simple. My question would be for Dr. Mariani. If I were to get you as a mentor, what do you think basically, macam mana nak cakap for entrepreneur, in terms of entrepreneurship, kalau kata begitu, apa yang basically yang you cari dalam mentee you? Kalau any staff would like to take you as a mentor, apa yang you mencari dalam mentee you? Thank you.
I'm looking for someone yang sangat passion, energetic and passion. Sebab saya rasa, and then ada idea lah. Tapi kalau idea saja dia tak ada passion tu, so it's very very difficult. So semua orang ada idea, ada research masing-masing kan. Tapi how you grab the opportunity? So I'm looking for that quality. So kalau ada macam tu senang kita nak polish dia. So right now I have 2 mentee. So they are very excellent. So senang saja insyaAllah dalam Dr. Mariam dan juga Dr. Liza. Dr. Mariam come to meet me and then we discuss several things for her future product development. And I share my knowledge and then macam mana nak set up spin-off in terms of the perundangan, in terms of the accountancy and so on. And then how to get the money as a startup capital. And then banyak juga lah we share. And then dia sangat cepat. So I cakap 1, dia tangkap 10. So very very fast. And then kita shoot and then alhamdulillah dia pun dah keluarkan produk dia. So I heard that she already engaged with Japanese, one of the Japanese punya entrepreneur kat sana untuk pasarkan produk dia di Japan. So very fantastic. Okay, thank you.
Second question. Ada lagi? Last question. Okay.
Minta komen kepada semua panelis, how about the fake product? You have product, so this business, right? So you have profit for this one. So how you encounter with the fake product? Produk-produk palsu segala macam-macam kat luar.
Okay, thank you. So saya ambil contoh saya punya produk lah. Produk lain saya tak pasti kan sebab banyak dia punya niche area. So my product is a cosmetic product. So it's a very tangible product. First nak counter fake ni, first of all for me lah. So packaging to itself. So packaging previously kita pakai packaging biasa dekat Malaysia. And this year we outsource for a very casual, a very exclusive packaging. So packaging tu tak ada dekat Malaysia. So kita ada kotak, dan kotak tu ada diamond dekat sekeliling dia. So memang saya dah survey dekat Malaysia ni tak ada producer yang buat kotak macam tu. So that is one of the criteria. Other than that, we boleh letak barcode lah, barcode ataupun QR code untuk determine yang produk kita tu tak boleh ditiru. And other than that, we establish a very a very good system to observe our product time to time. Kita ada integrated system dekat situ. Dia integrate semua database customer. And then ada inventory sekali kat dalam tu. So jadi kita tahu every time kita produce produk kita and ada main distributor beli, stokis beli, kita tahu ada berapa dalam simpanan mereka. Real time yang ni boleh check setiap masa. And then customer beli produk kita berapa, so kita tahu bila customer beli dia akan auto deduct daripada inventory stokis tu berapa. So takkan ada stokis yang ada beli produk fake lah untuk dijual. So itu sajalah yang saya boleh share. Okay.
Okay. I think we end our session for today. And then again, thank you very much to all UTM staff and all our audience, UTM lead and all panelists.